Hey guys, my name's Sam and welcome to PrepMedic. This week's video, we're doing a dual review of two products that I didn't think needed entire videos about them individually. But today we're gonna take a look at the XShear Micro Holster as well as the Tuff Possum Gear Med Pouch. So, like I just said, today we are reviewing two products that I thought were just a little small, a little simple to have their own videos, but nonetheless are products that I really like and wanted to bring on the channel. So we're gonna do this pretty fast. I don't wanna be spending a ton of time just running my mouth. So to start, let's go over the XShear Micro Holster. I've been using XShears for a long time. They're a very simple, high quality trauma shears, and I've gotten pretty much everybody at my agency to switch over to them. So I really like these guys, but they've had a lot of different iterations of their holsters. This is one of their first hard holsters they came out with, and this thing was fine. It works okay. It holds the shears very sturdily. They're not going to fall out, but I noticed that they're just a little clunky. And they can be difficult to get out one-handed. Now, what I liked about this one is you could put it on molly, but it was once again really hard to get off that molly attachment. So really wasn't for me. I used this on a plate carrier for a little bit of time and then kind of ditched it. They have a different hard holster they just came out with, and then they also have a soft pouch. Again, not a huge fan of soft pouches. Not that they've done anything wrong with it. It's just not for me. So enter this guy right here. This is their new micro holster, and the name of the game today is simplicity, and this definitely fits the bill. So I will say this is a Blem model. They gave me a pre-production one, so this little scratch right here won't be there if you can even see it on camera. But as you can see, this thing is very tiny. I think they told me this thing weighs about like an ounce, so it takes up almost no space. It's relatively cheap right now, coming in at about $25, and it's made in the USA. That price can always change, obviously. The economy we're in, who knows what this will cost tomorrow. But right now it's $25 as of making this video. Now this holds the shears very secure. As you can see, I can throw them in either way, and it locks on to that center bolt. It will hold them horizontally, so this will not mount vertically up and down. It holds it horizontally on a 1.5-inch belt. This doesn't have any bells and whistles. This is not going to fit on molly unless you get a strap around the molly that's 1.5 inches in width. Then you could throw this on. But this guy right here, where I've seen it used the most recently, is on the firefighting radio straps. If you want to carry your shears that way because you have your radio on anyways, you don't want to carry it around the station all day, works just fine. You can throw this on that strap just like that. Now, it will also work pretty well at the center of your back. If you're not sitting in an ambulance all day, it could get a little bit uncomfortable, or even in the front of your belt. It's kind of dealer's choice of how you want to carry it, but it is a really nice, simple solution for holding these shears if you don't want to carry them in your pants pocket or whatever built-in scissor holder you have. So the only major issue with this holster is that they have a couple shears that came out of manufacturing with a bolt that is slightly larger than the standard shears. Now, you're not going to notice a difference looking at it, maybe if you compared two next to each other, but they're going to work just fine. However, that bolt, because it's what locks it in this, will actually get it so it does not come out of here easily at all. It gets pretty stuck in the holster. It's unreasonably hard to pull the shears out. If you notice this after you buy it, they will stand behind their product. This has a 5-year warranty, but they'll also replace the shears to make sure you have something that works. So just keep that in mind. If this just feels unreasonable when you get it and you think I lied to you, just know that it's actually the shears problem, and you can get a replacement if you absolutely need it. And once again, that's just one batch of shears. I don't think it affects most of them. I've tried like 4 of mine here and all of them work just fine. So the next product we're going to talk about today is the Tuff Possum Gear Med Pouch. Now, I've used Tuff Possum Gear products for quite some time. You might remember a couple years ago, the owner sent me this, and we kind of created this together. This is a pocket survival kit that we carry with us on the helicopter just in case we go down and we're in the middle of nowhere. We have a way to survive for a period of time. So he actually designed and made this pouch based off of what I was already carrying. This is just way more substantial. So like I said, this was 3 years ago, and you might notice a little bit of wear in those corners. But it still holds its integrity. It's not breaking down at all. The zipper still works absolutely great, and it's kept the supplies pristine on the inside. So for something that I've been carrying daily for 3 years, this is awesome. Now enter their med pouch. So this was sent to me a while ago, and I've just been waiting for a couple products to pair it with so it's not standing alone, because just like that micro holster, it's very simple, and that doesn't mean bad, but you're getting quality, you're not getting a ton of bells and whistles here. So this pouch is a relatively small medical pouch, but I'll show you. I loaded this up with some stuff and you can kind of see what it fits and what it won't. On the outside, we have 5000D or 500D and 1000D Cordura nylon, along with a reflective striping here to form a cross. It's got the red in the front. You really can't mistake this for anything but a medical kit. And then of course you have like the Ranger darker green on the exterior with his logo pretty small at the bottom. You've got two really heavy duty zippers here, and you've got beaded pull tabs, so it's really easy to open in a hurry. So on the back, you have this cover right here, and this comes off to reveal a hook panel. So this is designed to go in a number of his products that have loop on the inside. You can just stick it inside the loop and carry this around wherever you go. You don't see a ton of medical kits with a pure hook and loop attachment. Most of them have like some kind of MOLLE webbing, but if you're not carrying supplies that are MOLLE compatible, it's not going to do you any good. So this is great for two things. One, I carry Vertex backpacks pretty much everywhere I go, so I can just stick this to any of those because those are filled with them. Even a lot of not EDC oriented backpacks are starting to move to loop interiors, so that's really cool. But if you take this panel right here, you just throw it right on the back, you can now take this and just shove it into any pouch, backpack, you name it. So it's really versatile. It's not going to get stuck on anything, and you don't have a ton of nylon that's just taking up a stupid amount of space when you're not even mounting it. The other cool thing you can do is with this piece of fabric right here, if you don't have a backpack that has loop on the inside, you can take this, and if you have a sewing machine, you can sew this to the inside of your pack, and now, again, this can stick to it. So simple feature, but not something you see in a lot of different medical pouches. On the inside, again, it kind of follows that concept of being pretty simple, and I loaded it myself. This does not come with any supplies, so it comes empty. And that brings me to the price point really quick before we dive into it. It is kind of expensive. However, he makes almost everything himself. I think he does have some manufacturing partners now. It's all in the United States, and I still think a lot of this comes from his own hands with his own sewing machine at home. So his quality control is going to be astronomically good because he's making it. And he's a pretty small outfit, so kind of cool there. Obviously, like I said, it's a little bit expensive for what it is, but you're paying for really, really hard use quality. Like, this thing's not coming apart. This thing is not cheap. You've got really good quality control, and he stands behind his products. So just keep that in mind if you go to the website and look at picking one of these up. So in here, there's two pouches on either side. So you can see right here, I've got an ETD, I've got hyphen chest seals, combat trauma gauze, and I even threw a tourniquet in there. Now this will fit a cat tourniquet, but it doesn't fit it super well. So we'll talk about that in a second. So right here, we've got these two pockets I was talking about. There's no real internal attachment points. It's just this main pocket and then the two on either side for whatever you need. It fits everything fine. Like I said, this is the contents of a full IFAC right here that all fit in here. However, I wish this thing was just maybe an inch bigger on each side. That would fit things a little bit easier. So right here, I've got a cat tourniquet kind of folded in the standard way. I can fit that in here. It fits, it zips, but it's kind of at an angle. Now, a lot of people will argue you keep the tourniquet on the outside, but if you do want just one self-contained trauma kit, it is a little bit small. I did see one review I disagree with online where they said it's only good for a boo-boo kit. Absolutely not. We can fit all of this stuff in here and not really even have to stuff it. There was still plenty of room for, you know, a boo-boo kit on top of this. So all in all, I like this thing because it's simple. It's easy, it's really high quality, and if it's anything like some of his other products that have lasted me forever, it's gonna serve you well. I'd recommend this highly for a hunting trauma kit. You can refer to my video a couple weeks ago. This case would work great for that. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. I'll obviously leave links to both of these products down there, and I will see you next week.